Hello students, good morning. I hope you are fine. Today we are going to start the chapter number 7, that is conservation of animals and plants. So let's get started. As you can see here, I have written few names of the national park, wildlife sanctuary and biosphere reserve here. First one is Bharatpur Sanctuary situated in Rajasthan, Kaziranga National Park situated in Assam, Lokchau Wildlife Sanctuary situated in Assam, and the Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve situated in Andaman Nicobar Island. So here you might be curious about what is national park, what is wildlife sanctuary, and what is biosphere reserve. We'll discuss about in detail, but before that we have to know the conservations of animals and plants. So here we'll start with a very subtopic, that is deforestation and its causes. Okay guys, what is deforestation? Deforestation means cutting down of trees and make land area for the needs. Okay, and it have the many definition. You can write it in your own. And what is the causes? What are the cause of the deforestations? For the need of the human beings only. Okay, we are the human beings, which is the main cause of the deforestation. Why we cut down the trees? First one is that pursuing land for cultivation. We need food for the every human beings. India is a very vast country and huge number of populations are there. So for the huge number of population, the huge amount of food also need. Okay, so that's why the more cultivation required, and for the more cultivation we need more land area for it. So it is the first reason for the deforestation. Come to the second one, building houses and factories. We live in houses. Human beings does not live in forest. Okay, so for to make the houses we need land area for it, and also factories, to build factories we need land area. In every country is growing, and they are making the factories, producing lot of things. So that's why they need to build the factories, and for that they need land area. So it is the second reason, building houses and factories. Come to the third one, making furniture and using wood as a fuel. In our house, the furniture is made up of wood, and also there are bed and windows which is made up of wood, which wood come from the trees. Okay, so we cut down the trees to make the furniture, and also in villages area the wood used as the fuel. Okay, so but because of the Pradhan Mantri Yojana, nowadays the most of the villages also are using the LPG gas, but before that they are using the wood as their fuel. So these are the three main reasons of the deforestation. And let me tell you, we have to find an alternative way for it. We cannot cut down the trees for a very long time. And if you are cutting down the trees, we have to plant more and more trees. Okay, now come to the consequences. What will be the consequences of the deforestation? What are the things that we may have to face if we cut down the trees? First one is increase temperature. How? And the second point is that increase of population. Both these points are interrelated. Okay, increase in temperature. As you all know, the we give the carbon dioxide to the trees, and trees convert it into oxygen and give it to back. If the carbon dioxide level will increase in the atmosphere, we release the carbon dioxide. Okay, we release carbon dioxide, and if there are no sufficient amount of trees, then the carbon dioxide will remain in the atmosphere. It will not convert into oxygen. Okay, and the carbon dioxide will increase in the atmosphere, and it allow the sunlight into the earth, and also UV rays, and it will make the earth warmer and increase the temperature. Okay, see, carbon dioxide is the main reason of the global warming. So carbon dioxide level, when the carbon dioxide level will increase in the atmosphere, the UV rays will come, and the and also the sunlight which directly come to the earth, and it will cause the increase in temperature of the earth, and also it will cause the increase in pollution, in air pollution. CO2 level will increase in the atmosphere, and it will cause air pollution. Right, so these two consequences is a very big consequences we might have to follow, might have to face if we do not stop deforestation. Okay, Moreover, there will be increased chances of natural calamities such as flood and droughts. How does the increase the chances of natural calamities like floods and droughts? If we cut, as you all know that trees, the root of the trees hold the maximum amount of water, right? So if there are no sufficient amount of trees and heavy rain will come, then the roots will not hold the water, and the water will come to the villages. If there are no sufficient amount of trees, then the heavy rain water will enter into the villages or the cities. Okay, if there are sufficient amount of trees, then the root of the plants will hold the maximum amount of water here. And also it increase the chances of droughts. Droughts means sukha. So if the temperature of the earth will increase, then automatically the land area will droughts, and the cultivation is not possible in droughts, as you all know, right? So these are the two things. Also it increase the chances of floods and droughts. Conservation of forest and wildlife. We need to conserve the forest and wildlife. Otherwise, we have to face the consequences like increase in temperature and increase in pollution. So it is very important to conserve or save the forest and wildlife. So that's why the government lays certain rules, policies, and method to conserve the forest and wildlife. First of all, we'll talk about the biosphere reserve. Okay, so biosphere reserves are meant for the conservation of biodiversity. Biodiversity means in bio we study about the geology and botany. It is biology. Okay, so diversity means vividhata. So in our earth there are huge number of animals and plants, and they are interlinked, they are interconnected through the different type of cycles. And a large area of protected land for conservation of wildlife, plants and animals, resource and traditional life of the tribals living in that area. It is a large area. Biosphere reserve is a large area protected by the government for the conservation of the wildlife and plants, and there are also tribals people living over that area. Okay, in that biosphere reserve there are may few villages, whereas the tribals people living there. Okay, and it is meant for the conservation of the wildlife and plants. Okay, now we'll talk about the wildlife sanctuary. What is wildlife sanctuary? Wildlife sanctuary, it is a like reserve forest. Reserved by whom? By the government. Okay, and it provides protection and suitable living condition to the wild animals. It means the wild animals can live here freely. It provides the suitable condition for the animals and wildlife. Okay, and few activities from the human beings is allowed here. Few activities. One is that the collecting medicinal plants. Okay, and also the killing or capturing the animals is punishable offense here. It means you cannot kill the wildlife animals here on the wildlife sanctuary, because it is a punishable offense. It is not also good to capture or kill the animals, but here it is a very punishable offense. Now, what is national park? National park, it is an area reserved for wildlife where they can freely use the habitats and natural resource. It means no single activity from the people is allowed here. The animals is live freely here in their habitat. Habitat means the animals which is live in that place. The place which is animals lived is known as habitat. Okay, so they can live freely on their habitat, and which is known as the national park. Not a single activity from the human beings is allowed here. Only government takes certain surveys and from the. Now we'll talk about the flora and fauna. What is flora and fauna? The plants and animals found in a particular area are termed as flora and fauna respectively of that area. It means, for example, in an area in a cold region, okay, in a cold region there are many types of flora and fauna. Flora means the plants and the fauna means animals. So in that area there are many types of plants and animals living over there. So those plants and animals are known as that area of the flora and fauna of that area. Okay, so the plants and animals found in particular area are termed as flora and fauna. Flora means the plants and the fauna means animals. Now come to the second point, endangered animals. What is endangered animals? Animals in whose number are diminishing to a level that they might face extinction are known as endangered animal. Extinction means, like an example of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are not here now. Okay, so they might be extinct. Which animals are going to be extinct or diminishing? It means numbers are decreasing. The numbers of the animals are decreasing and it may face extinction is known as the endangered animal. So if we do not save the endangered animals, then it may be extinct one day. Okay, so that's why we need to conserve the forest and animals also. Otherwise, nowadays also many animals are already extinct. Okay, so we have to save the animals. Now what is red data book? Red data book is a book, is a source book which keeps a record of all the endangered animals and plants. The endangered animal is where the diminishing number of the animals are written here on the red data book. Okay, it is also maintained internationally and nationally. India also maintaining a record of the endangered animals, and also world red data book maintaining the endangered animals, names of the endangered animals in internationally. Okay, now what is migration? Migration, where the migratory birds fly far away areas every year during the particular time because of the climate change. As we all know, the Chilika is a place where the many types of birds come from the different places in winter season, right? So the migration, in a migration, the birds or the animals which go from one place to another because of their need. It may be the need of the climate, or maybe it need of the food. So that's why the birds or animals transfer from one place to another place during a particular climate change or particular things. So that's why we call it migration. Now what is reforestation? Reforestation is restocking of the destroyed forest by planting new trees. So reforestation means planting of new trees, where we cut down the trees for our need. So we have to plant more trees. If we cut down 5 trees, we have to plant 6-7 trees at least. Okay, otherwise we will be in trouble. We have to retain our green wealth for the future generation. Plantation of more trees is the only way. If we want to maintain the green wealth on the earth, green wealth means where everywhere the sufficient amount of forest are there. After that only the green wealth will be saved. So that's why we have to plant more and more trees. So these are the things that we have studied in this chapter. And here is a task for you. You have to plant at least one tree in your garden or somewhere and send a picture to me. Okay, thank you, take care, and bye bye.